Okay, just finished. I love that session. A hill session in the gym, treadmill. Everything is so controlled. It's really easy to monitor your progress over time. Struggling to put on my vest afterwards, but literally 8 times 5 minutes with 60 seconds rest in between. And so what you get from that, it's obviously depends on the gradient and depends on the pace as to how hard the session is. But that's available for anybody to do. You could do that if you just started running, almost. If you've maybe been running 4 weeks, you could do that kind of session. You could reduce the amount of minutes that you're doing. You can increase the amount of minutes. You can do progressions. You could start with 1 minute and then 2 minute and 3 minute and 5 minute and 10 minute, etc. There's so much you can do and so much benefit from a hill session. But I was just thinking about Cadence, and Cadence is really interesting because it's essentially, we used to call it stride rate. So you've got your stride length, which is how far you stride, how far you step. And then your stride rate is how many steps you take in a minute. So if you think about it from a runner's perspective, stride length times stride rate is going to equal the distance. And you'll be able to kind of do the maths and work out your time and the distance that you could run a 5K, 10K, marathon, etc. Yeah? But what is the optimal cadence? I often get asked. And the truth is that it obviously depends on the pace that you're running. It depends on the gradient that you're running. If you're running uphill, for instance, you want a quicker cadence because your stride length is going to be shorter, because you want to take the stress off the muscles and put it onto the heart and lungs so that you can use the heart and the lungs and the blood in order to move forward, in order to get oxygen to the muscles, in order to move forward and not put so much. If you overstride on a hill, it's going to be so much stress on the muscle that eventually those muscles will cramp, and that might be your hamstrings first, probably, and then if your glutes start to cramp, it starts to get, you're in a situation that it's difficult to get out of. So you don't want that. So your stride length becomes something that's very natural and very comfortable for you. If you overstride, you're going to land on your heel, and if you understride, you're not going to be going fast enough. So you want to be landing. You want to be landing mid-foot and have a good relationship between the mid-foot and the toe push-off. You don't want to be landing on your heel because that's going to send a jolt through your body, and you want to feel comfortable at the effort that you're putting out in order to pace something, whether you're running 5K, 10K, half marathon, marathon, whatever it is you're trying to do, or if you're going for an easy run. How does that look? It's probably less of a stride length, or probably around about the same cadence, but less of a stride length in order to move forward. So yeah, it's important to feel comfortable and to have your foot landing mid-foot and landing underneath you as you're running. So if you think of a child when it's the first starts to take its first steps, kind of like rocks and then goes, and that's how a child starts to walk and learns to walk. It falls first and then it starts to walk. That's a great way to run, because essentially you're using gravity to move you forward, and then it's about how your feet are moving over the floor and where you're landing and how you're pushing off as to how fast you're going and how far you're going. So yeah, cadence is really important, but it's a natural thing that you're landing mid-foot and your foot is underneath you. That's the most important thing.